How y'all doing, man? Welcome back to another video, man. So today we about to be reacting to one of my most watched creators. Truth is, he dropped a video about the Simpsons, quote unquote, predicting, which we all know they know the truth as to what is to come. So it's just funny to me how we call it predictions when these people who created the show have been spot on time and time again. And the Simpsons has been one of the longest ongoing shows since the 80s. And we're currently now in 2024 and they're still dropping episodes. So anyway, let's get into it and see what else they quote unquote predicted. Even though we know they aren't predictions. I know they aren't predictions. I hope you know they're not predictions.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we will be talking about what The Simpsons predicted for 2024. Let's get right into it. The Simpsons is one of the most watched and longest running animated series ever created. Since 1989, The Simpsons has been releasing new episodes that have gone on to entertain many different generations. The Simpsons family is hands down one of America's favorite TV families. While the show is praised and loved by many, it is also questioned by many as well for its ability to somehow see into the future. I am pretty sure all of you have heard of The Simpsons predicting the future in their episodes on many occasions. This has become associated with the show, and some people have started to believe the creators of The Simpsons are fortune tellers who can somehow see into the future.
No, they cannot.
But is this even possible? Obviously, no one can see into the future. So how does The Simpsons know what's going to happen before it happens?
And for people who are going to say, oh, there are people who can see into the future, there's psychics and stuff like that, I'm sorry to tell you, you've been bamboozled. You're giving your money to people who give you vague descriptions of quote-unquote future. And you got to understand, what you put out into the world usually can actually form into a reality, in a sense. That's another thing. But I just want you to know that no one can actually foretell the future, detail by detail, down to the T, unless they're a spiritual being sent from God, Yahweh, Elohim, Jehovah. That would be the only way they can foretell the future, detail by detail, scripture by scripture, and be 100% truthful. So don't get it confused, guys. Let's continue.
Well, those of us who know the truth about the purpose of TV programming, we know what The Simpsons does is a technique called predictive programming. Predictive programming is when media is used to condition the masses to the elite's plans. It's a form of propaganda, something the elite has used to manipulate the masses for decades. For example, the CIA was known to use Hollywood movies to dish out their war propaganda in order to convince the American people that we needed to go to war.
If you guys don't remember, Walt Disney, who owned and started and created Disney, one was a part of the Thimole, which is for the young future Freemasons. So it's a younger version of the grown adult Freemasons secret society club. He worked side by side with CIA agents to push agendas in his Disney themed movies and shows. And he wasn't the only one to do so. CIA have had their hands in a lot of things that have to do with society norms, movies, TV shows, and all types of propaganda, news that goes on. Now, I'm not saying the CIA are working alone. You got the people who are controlling the narrative in the sense of power, money, and wealth. You got the enforcers like the CIA, the FBI, all these other agencies. So everything works hand in hand, right? And they're all aligned with the same plan, literally. To seize power, deceive the masses, make as much money as possible. Even all these organizations, these companies, and corporations, institutions, all have so much money they don't even know what to do with. But they want to keep us in the rat race, keep us dull, docile, dumb, ignorant, slow, sped, relying, depending on them, while they're manipulating, deceiving, tricking, and feeding us false information. Not to mention feeding us bad food and all types of stuff. Like, they are literally our enemies. And they side with Satan, who's also our enemy. You getting the picture now? All of the agendas and everything they push is of Satan. They're doing his bidding for him on Earth. But let's keep going.
The Simpsons are being used for this exact purpose, to program the masses about what they have planned for the future. This way, when these plans unfold, the people would comply with the change much faster without showing any resistance. Often in Simpsons episodes, we see the writers pretty accurately write storylines that go on to seemingly predict future events that haven't happened yet. Now, The Simpsons seems to have done it again and made some predictions of things that are coming in 2024. The first thing The Simpsons predicted would happen in 2024 was the return of President Trump. The short episode that was uploaded to YouTube in 2015 called Trumptastic Journey.
And this is another thing. They're literally showing us that Trump is going to be president this year. The elections are in November. They will be held in November. Trump will be the 47th president of America. Mark my words. Shake me on it. You know why? Because everything is scripted down to the T. I know so many people are like, well, Trump's not going to be president. Biden, if anything, will be president or someone else. Yeah, we gonna see. But it's so funny because people will try to indicate like, oh, they're probably just saying Trump's gonna run again. Yeah, he's gonna run again and he's gonna win. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Like,
Homer is seen flying over a presidential campaign sign with the words, Trump 2024. If you have been keeping up with politics, then you know Trump announced he would be running for president in 2024. I found this extremely interesting as this episode came out before Trump was even president for his first run. Trump was elected president in 2016. This episode not only predicted Trump being president, something The Simpsons have done in the past,
but the fact that he's gonna run again and become president again for his second term. And like truth is said, this was an episode that happened before Trump's first presidency. So they knew Trump was going to be president way before he was even president. It's just so funny. Like, they predicted to the T. From the year and all of that. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Like, these aren't predictions. These are people who know future events and write them into scripts to put in their animation TV show. Straight up.
but it also predicted that he would be running for president in 2024, something that is almost impossible to have guessed. The Simpsons have also made other predictions for 2024, but the one that caught my attention the most was what was shown in the episode aired all the way back in 2013. In this episode, The Simpsons predicted how the world would come to an end. In the episode, Homer goes to prep school. Homer joins a survivalist group whose leaders have set up a retreat to prepare for the end of the world. In the episode, they show the elite group heading to an underground bunker they have built. During one part of the episode, one of the characters tells Homer about a coming EMP attack that will start the end of the world.
Homer, meet the Springfield prep. What would you do in the case of an EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse.
A burst of radiation that knocks out every electrical system in the country.
Impending doom.
What you reading, Dad?
Honey, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
When things go south, the sheeple will clean out every supermarket in town.
Typical sheeple.
What's WROL? Means without the rule of law. Anarchy. The end of civilization. Coming soon to an America near you.
Bro, like, this is too crazy, bro. Like, this is too crazy. I know you guys don't like me pausing it too much, but, like, I can't just sit here and hear all this nonsense and not speak on it. Like, this is wild, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is wild. Like, obviously, we all probably, you know, have the idea in the back of our head, like, yeah, the end of the world could happen, whether you're a believer of Christ or not. Because, you know, the way the economy is, the way society is, etc., all these different reasonings, right? The world's just honestly shit. Like, I don't mean to cuss, but the world is not in the best state, you know? So, and, you know, obviously, you know, I get that you may look at it from that perspective, but I look at it from more of a spiritual side. A fight between good and evil, and all the tactics that the evil side are going to use to their disposal to manipulate, trick, deceive the rest of the world, whether you're a believer or not, into conforming and following what the next agenda is and what they got planned for the rest of the world. But we got to remember, God is in control and they will not win. The devil has never won against God, ever. So what makes you think they will? They're Satan's agents. If Satan himself can't beat God, these humans that do Satan's bidding can't beat God. But to go back to the EMP that they were talking about, electromagnetic pulse is pretty much something that will take out all the servers, everything involving electronic devices, anything that's ran on electronic. And we know we're in a digital age, bro. We know that, where a lot of things are ran off of electricity. So that's majority of everything. That's majority of everything you could think of. All types of technology and devices, airplanes, anything that's ran off of electricity or some type of technology is going to fall victim to this. Also, I'm hearing that we currently are going through some cyber attack right now. So, I don't know. It's just a lot of weird stuff happening that the news doesn't really cover, and these major media outlets don't really cover. They're covering nonsense stories that really don't matter, that gives us no type of information or insight to what's really going on in the world. We have to go out of our way to do our own research. And what's even more crazy is we all assume, it's going to be some type of food shortage or something in that state of the economy collapsing, whether it's the dollar, the food, we get invaded, which honestly, all of those are plausible. All of those are plausible. But I think they're going to take out our main focus right now, which is electricity, technology, and the internet. They take away the internet, we can't communicate with people around the country, let alone out the country. They take away technology. Majority of all of our appliances and devices are ran on technology and electricity.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
For those that don't know,
Rome fell, by the way.
EMP, or electromagnetic pulse weapons, are weapons that could affect an area's power grid and any electronics that are in the area. In the episode, these doomsday preppers were preparing for the apocalypse that starts with an EMT attack. What's interesting about this is that according to many astronomers, there's a possibility we will be hit by an EMT in 2024. Just recently, as of December, it is being reported that a gigantic hole that has spawned in the sun wider than 60 Earths is spewing solar winds right at us.
See, like, when scientists tell us stuff like this, I question it, because the scientists are definitely a part of the agenda, just as corrupt as all types of politicians and public figures and conglomerates, corporations, institutions, the rich royal families, the billionaire tech giants, all of them, bro. They're all a part of it. Like I said, everyone plays their role. They all work hand in hand, right? But anyway, I won't say that there isn't a possibility that this could be true, but hey.
These solar winds can reportedly cause solar storms that can cause EMP-like effects. According to these articles, if these solar storms get strong enough, they could affect our power, technology, and the internet. What makes this even stranger, in the movie Leave the World Behind, they have a similar apocalyptic event happening. It's hacking that causes the same problem for the people in the Leave the World Behind movie. Leave the World Behind also ends with finding safety in an underground bunker. If you look around today, we can see that many of the elite are literally building underground bunkers. I recently covered Mark Zuckerberg building his own underground bunker in his $200 million Hawaii home. His bunker comes with blast-proof doors and all the food and water he would need to survive the apocalypse. Very similar to what they showed us in the Simpsons episode over 10 years ago. If you've been watching the channel for the last few months, I have been pointing out the insane amount of apocalyptic themed movies, music, and shows coming from Hollywood recently. For example, the album dropped in September by the band 30 Seconds to Mars was titled "It's the End of the World, but It's a Beautiful Day."
And it's so crazy because, like, they're pushing that theme heavy right now. They're pushing the end of the world, apocalyptic theme very heavy right now. Like, heavy. That's probably one of the heaviest agendas they're pushing right now. And the thing about that is, they tend to tell us what they're going to do before it actually happens. You see what I'm saying? So, we need to take this into consideration. We need to get right with God. We need to keep God right on the front of our minds. Pray daily. Just prepare for what is to come. But obviously, hope for the best, right? Because especially when you're a child of God, like, you don't want to be living in negativity. You want to always be positive as you can be. But just know there are people who are working against your best interest. They don't care for you. They don't want you to win, succeed, live, be happy, come to terms that God is real, stay faithful to God. Like, they are trying to deceive and manipulate in every aspect possible in this world. So many distractions that are all around. So we got to stand firm. We got to stand tall, be vigilant as to what is happening, and not fall victim. We can't fall victim. Now, I know a lot of us won't be able to get to this point of being able to build a bunker. Even if you got millions of dollars to your name, you still, like, probably won't be able to build a, Mark Zuckerberg kind of bunker. He got billions of dollars. He could do it. And it'd be successful. But just know those bunkers won't save him. Yeah, maybe for momentary purposes. Yeah, you might be okay for a little bit, but not forever. All their time will come. That's all that matters. And for you to just not be afraid of what's to come, like, the best you could do is just at least be with your family and trust God. And yeah, still try to stock up on food and water and toilet paper and all those little essentials. Why not? Why not at least try to still do that? That's like the best you can really probably do. We can't really build a bunker, but you can at least try to stock up, and try to do that at least, But hey, let's keep going.
We also saw Hulu drop an apocalyptic movie called Nobody Will Save You about an alien invasion.
Jesus will save us. Jesus has saved us, so that's a lie.
Netflix also dropped the movie Leave the World Behind about the apocalypse, and Netflix also dropped their show called Carol and the End of the World.
All these end of the world themed movies and shows, and the Leave the World Behind movie was crazy. I don't know if you guys seen that. Y'all should go watch that. That was like, what? It was absurd. And so many hidden gems and truths in that movie that people need to, like, be aware of and actually take more into consideration, because a lot of these people that are walking upon this earth don't even think any of this stuff is of existence or real or happening, and it's happening right in our faces and under our noses at the same time.
About, again, the apocalypse. All of this apocalypse-themed media is shown as we're entering 2024. It clearly appears this Simpson episode that was dropped over 10 years ago was referring to whatever is coming in 2024. They showed the characters prepping for an apocalyptic event that will show the world losing power and access to technology and the internet, just like they showed us in the Leave the World Behind movie, and just like the media claims could happen due to this solar storm. While the Simpsons writers look like fortune tellers, what they really are Masonic puppets.
Yes.
The creator of The Simpsons is a man by the name of Matt Groening. He is responsible for creating the show's themes and characters. Matt was born in the industry as he comes from a Hollywood family. His father, Homer Philip Groening, was himself a filmmaker, advertiser, writer, and cartoonist.
So, the creator of The Simpsons was already an Hollywood child. Grew up in the realm of Hollywood, was around a lot of things that, most kids probably don't see at their young ages. Witnessed a lot, probably did a lot, participated in a lot, and ended up joining the same path that his father took, becoming a film writer, including it was animation as well. And not to mention, the main character of the show, his name is Homer. And the dad's name was Homer.
Matt actually named Homer his most famous character after his own father. Matt was born into Hollywood. He has been a part of the club his entire life, something he has shown us since the beginning of his career. Before Matt created The Simpsons, he had a successful comic strip he called Life in Hell. If we look at Life in Hell, you will quickly notice this comic is what went on to inspire the creation of The Simpsons show.
And I feel like I've actually seen this somewhere before. I feel like I've seen this. I don't know where I've seen it. It was just like some faint memory that kind of came back to me. Like, I feel like I've seen this somewhere when I was younger. It's crazy to think that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the person who made this is the one who also made The Simpsons.
Early on, Matt was showing the world exactly what he represented. This strange comic pushes every agenda imaginable, so it isn't surprising it went on to inspire The Simpsons. Matt, just like every other Masonic puppet in Hollywood, has shown us he took the oath by displaying the one-eye symbolism. In this photo, we can see Matt with his arms dipped in yellow paint to resemble his famous Simpsons characters, while he's doing the one-eye symbolism, covering one of his eyes with a sinister look in his face. This is a Masonic pose that we have seen all the puppets in Hollywood doing. Matt has also been linked to the Jeffrey list, as it is reported that he allegedly flew on his private plane and got a massage from one of the girls on the plane.
Bro, first, yes, every celebrity you could think of covers their eye, one eye, with some type of object or their hand to show their allegiance to the Freemasons, to the people who put them in position to be what they are, right? And then another thing is that Jeffrey Epstein list. Oh boy, that's about to be a crazy, crazy album drop of the year, boy. And I'm hearing there's a few people who are trying their hardest to keep their names from being said when that list drops. Hey man, that's gonna be a wild, wild day. It's gonna be a wild day. When that list drops, boy, the internet about to just go crazy. Cause you're gonna see all your favorite politicians, all your favorite tech giants, all your favorite like celebrities, everyone you could think of is gonna probably be on that list. And you're still going to say they're not a part of this weird, occultic, satanic, cabal, Freemason, secret society club? Come on, bro.
This alone to me lets me know that this guy is definitely a Masonic puppet, and he is a part of the elite circles. Once the Jeffrey list is made public in the next few days, I will be covering all the names on my Patreon, and I'm pretty sure we will find Matt's name on that list.
Probably will. Also, I have a Patreon as well. I'm thinking about putting exclusive content like this as well on my Patreon. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. I will make sure to post the link in one of my next videos, or maybe in this video, who knows. And you guys just go like, subscribe. And yeah, I got like 3 videos lined up. One about Michael Jackson, one about the Epstein Island, and maybe even just the list. Maybe in one video, or I might make them separate videos. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's keep going.
What more proof do we need that Matt is a Masonic puppet? He also puts obvious Masonic references in the Simpsons shows, like the time the Simpsons literally said the Freemasons control the country.
Yeah.
In an episode named Springfield, they showed Mr. Barnes talking to Smithers about germs when the camera zooms into Smithers' face, and the germs literally state the Freemason run the country.
Germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country! Freemasons run the country!
Right in our face, guys.
This is as open as it can get. In episode 12 of the 6th season named Homer the Great, they show Homer speaking to his family about joining the Stonecutters, which is supposed to represent the Freemasons. Homer talks about wanting to join the Stonecutters when Homer's father tells him that he's already a Stonecutter himself, and even mentions that he is also a member of the Freemasons.
Give anything to get into the Stonecutters.
They do their dad.
I'm a member. What don't they do? Oh, do so many things they never stop. Do they're my stars.
You don't know what they do there, do you?
Not a second. I'm a stonecutter.
Stonecutters, Grandpa?
Oh, sure. Let's see. I'm an elk, a mason. Here it is. The Stonecutters.
Bro, right in our face.
This is it. My ticket in. You have to let me join if I'm a son of a member.
As you heard for yourself, they are openly confessing their alliance, proving they are Masonic puppets. This is literally hiding the truth in comedy, and people don't even realize it. It might seem like a funny joke, but in reality, they are revealing themselves and mocking the viewers. In the next part of this episode, Homer ends up going to the Stonecutters Lodge, where they openly show Masonic symbols all over.
Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
This ritual is called crossing the desert.
And by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the Stonecutters, my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all the 3 hairs.
I think you should have to take a different oath.
Everyone takes the same oath.
Bro, like, come on, bro. This is crazy. Yeah, they hide it in comedy. They make it kind of like funny and attractive to the eye. But it's not a joke. This is serious. Homer really just got initiated into the Freemasons. And a lot of those rituals are some somewhat of actual rituals that take place in the Masonic Lodge. These people really exist, and they do these things. And right after, because I remember this episode, I'm pretty sure if he keeps playing it, right after I unpause it, this dude is gonna explain how they have manipulated and ran society in the world for generations. If truth is, keeps playing the clip unless he goes back to talking. But this is really crazy, because this is literally what really happens. Like, Homer just got initiated, and he took the oath to not speak about anything that goes on in the Stonecutters, which is the Freemasons' secret society. People really take these oaths. They really are in these secret societies, bro. Like, this is not a joke at all.
Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the Stonecutters, whose ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth.
As you can see, they show the Masonic square and compasses, and they also show the Masonic pyramid. This is when it becomes more than obvious that the Stonecutters are just a reference for the Freemasons. Homer then joins the Stonecutters, and he even goes through an initiation ritual. As you saw in that scene, the writers openly show Homer joining the Stonecutters and going through his initiation ritual. They even show Homer taking the oath, clearly indicating that Homer is a Freemason. All of this lets us know that Matt Groening took the oath, and so did his father. Homer's character is based on his real-life father. This is Matt showing us he came from a long line of Masons. This is the reason Matt seems to know the future. It's because he knows the plans for our future. The Freemasons have had a goal for our world since its inception. They want to establish a Masonic New World Order, a New Age world that operates off the ideologies of Masonry. The Freemasons have infiltrated all world governments and positions of influence and power. They straight up created America, as all the founding fathers of America were Freemasons. Matt Groening or any of the Simpsons writers aren't magical, they're just being used to push an agenda. The Simpsons is used for predictive programming. They can't see the future, but they know the Masonic plans of the future. One famous incident the Simpsons predicted was that Donald Trump was going to be president. The Simpsons seem to have predicted Trump being president in 2016, all the way back in the year 2000. In an episode called Bart to the Future, first shown in the year 2000, Bart is granted a vision of his future by a Native American mystic, where he sees his sister Lisa has been elected as president, succeeding Trump. During this scene, Lisa could be heard saying, "We have inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump."
We've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
This was all the way back in the year 2000. How would they have known Trump would be president in 2016, 16 years before? The Simpsons writers were able to predict this because this was always the plan. I have spoken about the Illuminati card game before, a trading card game that came out in the 90s and, just like the Simpsons, managed to predict many future events. Each of the Illuminati cards of the game had different events on them that seemed to predict a future scenario. One of the cards seems to show Trump addressing a large crowd. The card is called Charismatic Leader, and it shows a blonde man addressing a large crowd. The card clearly shows Trump being called a leader. Obviously, it was referring to Trump being the leader of the free world. Just like the Simpsons, this card didn't predict the future, they knew of the plans of the future. I made a full video breaking down the Illuminati card game. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you watch it after this one. Matt and the other writers of The Simpsons are simply Masonic puppets being used to push predictive programming to the masses. This is how they get us ready for their plans.
It's just so sick to see all this. Like, it just irritates me, bro. I try not to, react a certain way, but I just get irritated seeing all this nonsense, bro. Like, these people are just so evil and wicked, bro, but their time will come.
Well, that's it for this video.
But thank you guys for watching. It's your boy, man. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And like I always tell you guys, I'm here to wake up the soul and the mind, man. Me saying that doesn't mean that I am perfect. I am just here to seek the truth. Hence the channel. Alright? I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Love yourself. Love God. Love your people. Don't take life for granted. Stay vigilant. Be on your 10 toes. Hit the gym. Work out. Eat good. Live good. Be good. And just, plot for what possibly could be to come, as well as pray for, for the best. All right. I'll see you guys.